Hi, today what I'm going to be doing is an upgrade of a Celtic sword, this one here. If you've got any questions on anything I'm doing or how I do it, then please put in the comments below. What we'll do is spray paint this up, draw on our designs, mark out the lines, go through the etching process. We will also do some carving on the handle, polish it up, and then we'll take it out, throw it around a little bit, see what you can do. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the other side. Okay, so the first stage is literally spray paint it. This gives me a surface to draw on, but also will help with the etching later. All my designs are free drawn. These come from collaboration between myself and the customer. Loyalty in Elder Runes, and then we have Celtic snakes going all the way down the blade. Once drawn, on to the next stage. So I go through and carve all the outlines. This starts to remove some of the metal as well as showing off the lines, which is why I use a Dremel rather than the needle. I try to be accurate, but I'm not overly concerned at this stage. I can adapt and change if I do make any little mistakes. Once I've finished carving out all the lines, we then move on to the first stage of etching. I go over it fairly quickly initially. This is to highlight anywhere I've missed. I then make a few passes and I'll go over and darken as well. Once that's done, I then remove some of the excess paint. So this is a rounded design, so I'm exposing the metalwork where I want to dig down into by eroding away with the etcher and then darkening afterwards. I always enjoy this stage because it starts to show what the final product will look like. Back to the etcher to remove that excess metal. What I often find is any paint that's been left behind, the etching shows it quite nicely, so I can go through and clean up. Next, go over the design itself and remove the paintwork. The darkened steel at this stage won't rub off, so I don't need to be overly careful. If I wanted to leave some of the steel a nice silver colour, I can do that at this stage as well. Once that's done, it's time to move on to the handle. I very cleverly managed to take a photo rather than record the drawing of the sword handle design, but this just shows you the process at least. As you can see, I just freehand. I'll then go over with a Dremel. I try and go over lightly initially to put some grooves in before going around again and deep carving. If I'm feeling fairly brave and confident, then I'll go straight in with a harder burr and directly carve. I start off with a very coarse burr to get the depth. I then go back through with a finer burr to smooth it out and get the design just as I want it, round off some of the edges, and then the last stage is sanding, and a bit more sanding, and then some more sanding. Finally, sharpen, remove any paint that was outstanding, polish the handle and the blade. Any questions you have, put them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you've enjoyed this, please like, subscribe. Now let's have a look at the final product. It's almost mandatory to get dressed up and go out in the garden and swing this about. I did have to get the ducks out of the way and make sure the dogs were inside. These are very sharp. So a quick before and after. If you want me to go into more detail on any of my videos, then just let me know in the comments below. My next big build will be a shield, and I've also got loads of Viking furniture to make as well. A handcar, a tent, and a couple more tables.